What's good everyone? Season 3 patch notes have just dropped, so we're going to go through them, and I just want to let you guys know that if you can't make it to the nuke event yourself or you're just looking for a place to hang, I will be streaming it live. The stream will essentially just be however long that nuke event is. Then I'll be going offline to grind out some content for you guys to make sure you're getting everything you need, but for right now let's just jump into the patch notes. So of course we're getting a new battle pass, the SMG's arriving, the Swiss K31's arriving, the ballistic knife's arriving, the Ffar, the unlock challenge available for the Ffar 83, LC10 unlock challenge available for the LC10, because of course you just grinded them in the battle pass. We're getting a new operator in Wraith. You can now randomise your operators, similarly how you can in Warzone and Modern Warfare, which is a pretty nice way to kind of farm some XP in the background as well, I will say that. Same with skin randomisation. Addressed an issue where the new breadcrumb green dot could appear for an operator that the player had already inspected. That bugged me, I'm glad they fixed that. Main lobby's been updated, as you'll know if you've had a chance to hop onto Cold War. Players can now complete weapon challenges in both multiplayer and zombies. That's pretty cool, zombie players have been crying out for that. This is where it gets interesting, there's been a ton of weapon tuning. So for the light machine gun alpha, is that the stoner? That's the stoner, right? Or am I tripping? They've reduced the max damage, reduced the max range, increased the recoil. ADS speed has reduced range bonus on match grade barrel, reduced range penalty of division barrel. So they've nerfed that, in fairness. It was pretty overpowered, let's be honest. They've increased the damage for the RPD but reduced its range and ammo capacity as a result, and for a couple of barrels as well. It looks like they've done that to all of them. They must have been pretty broken. Haven't used the LMGs enough to make a comment. They've reduced the max range on the M60 as well, but they have reduced the ADS speed, increased probability of horizontal view kick when hip firing, reduced range on those two barrels again. So some nerfs to the LMGs to be aware of if you do use them. The shotguns, the street sweeper can no longer kill you in one shot, thank the Lord. The max damage has been decreased. Reduced mid-range pellet damage, reduced damage bonus on task force barrel, thank the Lord. That was starting to bug me. On the Hauer, never know how to say it, maybe one day I'll learn. Increase the max range, so that's a bit of a buff. Reduced range penalty on task force barrel from 12% to 7%. Reduced damage bonus on task force barrel. Shotgun Bravo's its name has literally just left my mind. You could pay me $1 million right now and I would not be able to tell you the name of this gun. The Gallo. That is the Gallo, isn't it? What other gun is it going to be? I'm tripping. I've been staring at Call of Duty all day. I don't even know where I'm coming or going now. Increased mid-range from 9 meters to 10. Increased mid-range pellet damage from 2 to 3. Reduced max damage. So they've almost... It feels like they're just evening out the shotguns with the exception of the street sweeper. I don't really have any issues with that. The assault rifles, this could get interesting. The FFAR, reduced recoil penalties on task force barrel by 10%, increased bullets added to 34 round mag attachment from 34 to 38, reduced reload speed on the 34 round mag, increased bullets added to 38 round mag, reduced ADS speed penalty. So that's a buff, that's a little buff to the FFAR. Will it become more viable? Because it was dominant at the start of the game, too dominant obviously, but they just kind of nerfed it into oblivion. But I really like the FFAR within Cold War, so I hope that this makes it a bit more viable. With the Krig, they've increased the headshot multiplier, reduced max damage. I mean, it does pack a punch, I think we all know that. Added an ADS move speed bonus for the following barrel attachments. There they are, ultralight contour, contour M2 and mil-spec. Now tactical rifle Charlie, this is the AUG? No, it's the M16, isn't it? It's the M16, I think. I think it's one of the burst ones. Why don't they just call them by the names of what they are? It's the AUG. Why was that so difficult? Anyway, they've reduced the max range, increased burst fire delay. This is a massive nerf to them. But they have increased max damage only by 1. Increased headshot multiplier, reduced range bonus, reduced damage bonus. So they have nerfed that. Submachine guns, reduced sprinting speed of all SMGs. Pistols are now the fastest guns to sprint with. That does make sense logically. With specific attachments, an SMG may now allow sprinting as fast as a pistol. So with the right attachments you can still get back up to that speed, but you know, a base SMG should never be quicker than a pistol, and that's what we were seeing. The cargo truck is now here. Controls address an issue where aiming while driving snowmobiles or dirt bikes would not function. And then they've actually added some of the arcade games into the barracks. 10 free classic games. If you've never played these, I highly recommend it. So any of these games, you head into the barracks and you can now play them, which is a really, really cool reward. Of course, we now have prestige levels 12 to 15 have been added. Prestige shop, including additional legacy icons and calling cards from the original Black Ops. That'll be super popular for a lot of people. Gunsmith addressed an issue where viewing details of Gunsmith's sprinting move speed would display as equal to or lower than movement speed for most weapons. I didn't even notice that, to be honest. What else have we got? We addressed an issue with text chat name highlighting and whispers for better readability. Ping and packet loss meter graphs temporarily removed while a visual issue is investigated. That's quite big actually, because I quite often use that to see how bad my internet is. Of course, we're getting all the new maps. Apocalypse addressed a collision issue that allows players to see through a tree inside of the temple. Checkmate, an issue that would cause players to become slowed when moving across certain floors. Crossroads, remove Crossroads from combined arms and VIP escort while an issue is investigated. Crossroads strike will remain in place for all supported modes. Of course, we do have sticks and stones coming back. I will have a video out on that ASAP. Search and destroy added audio stingers when a player is eliminated during the round. Face Off addressed an issue where respawns could happen outside of the playable area in Game Show, ICBM and U-Barn. CDL addressed an issue where CDL start spawns and CDL game mode objectives were not being properly loaded into Miami Strike. I've seen a few tweets about that. And multi-team game modes addressed an issue where weapons would lose all ammo in exchange for a weapon in a container, then picked up again. That's quite a big bug actually. Score streaks. I have used this today. It's pretty lethal. It's a long score streak. It goes on for quite some time. It is pretty deadly, especially on a small map like Nuketown. Addressed an issue for earned score streaks resetting and switching teams. Challenges. You've got new challenges, of course. They've fixed this hardcore kill collector. Movement. This is the big one. Refactored synchronization between first and third person. And so this is essentially they've fixed snaking. Now, if you don't know what snaking is, if you're laid down behind an object, the way that you can manipulate the camera so when you pop up, you see the enemy before they see you, means that you get the first shot off and it's very, very hard to kill you. This is a big issue within the competitive league. It's been a point of quite pretentious discussion, so that's a big thing. I don't know what patch the pros are actually playing on, but for anyone that just likes to play and snake, you're going to be in trouble. Increase the speed at which a player can go to prone and come out of prone. Previously decreased, so they've essentially just like reverted that. Stance changes no longer queued in first person and forced to completion. While these can now be cancelled, there is a delay before changing stances again. When exiting a slide, the first person camera will now more accurately match the third person animation state. They've done a bunch of stuff to UI, to split screen, UI, infill, multi-team versus bots custom games. I'm not going to go through this purely because I don't believe I have enough people out there that play split screen. You can pause the video and read through it, but I don't think it's necessary for most people. I'm sorry if that's wrong, please don't yell at me. There's some UI issues where they've managed to fix audio. I've seen more audio bugs since Season 2 Reloaded dropped, in my opinion. I'm just going to put that one out there. And we do have some new featured playlists. Of course, Nuketown's still in there, Snipers Only Mosh Pit. Moving on to League Play, we're almost there, guys. Added support for combat record in League Play. Thermal optic attachments now restricted. Why did it take you this long? Custom games addressed an issue where players could lose access to creator class and score streaks in League Play. Match cancellation addressed an issue where League Play matches were prematurely cancelled when a player left the match. Zombies. You can now unlock challenges for all weapons in Zombies. So all of these weapons, you can now unlock them in Zombies. Progression. Increase XP and match bonus XP in all zombie modes. So that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people have been calling out for that. There's been toxic growth has been added. I think so. I've said this before, I'm not a Zombies player, so I apologise if I messed this up. Skill tiers, there's been a ton of changes to them by the looks of it. Just increases here and there for the most part. Ammo mods, napalm burst, doubled all damage, dead wire, reduced damage, taken from stun zombies, reduced effect radius, shatter blast, reduced explosive damage by half. You've got new challenges, of course, and they've fixed a few, so if you are looking forward to them, do make sure you pause the video, because I'm not going to be stopping on this, purely because I don't know anything about it. Outbreak, you've got a new region, of course, was the big news, and new intel, a new world event, new objective locations, new vehicles. There's some gameplay additions by the looks of it, and they've addressed a few issues. Wonder weapons, upgrades can now be found in certain regions in Outbreak, addressed an issue not having crosshairs in Outbreak, that's quite a big issue. It's like hardcore zombies. They've addressed a ton of objectives, trials, intel. The HUD has been addressed where weapon rarity appeared incorrectly. They fixed the stability one, which I know is a big thing for a lot of zombies players. They do say it crashes a fair bit. And just some general fixes as well. Like I said, you can just pause this and read it because I'm not going to go through it myself. I'm not a big zombies player. Same with Dead Ops Arcade. I'd love to get into zombies, I just don't have the time. I don't have the brain power to learn something new, because when I start playing a game I become obsessed with it and I have to learn everything new. You do have some new featured playlists though. Onslaught, I believe, is the PlayStation exclusive one, so that sucks for everyone else, but PlayStation players, you can be happy. And that is it. That was a hell of a patch notes. I mean, it always was going to be, it's a new season, but whew. Like I said, I'm exhausted already. I'm going to have a nap before this live stream. I will be live at around 7:45 or just a few minutes before the nuke event. We'll go through it. I'll give my initial thoughts at the end, and then that will be the end of the live stream. It's probably going to be about half an hour, seeing how long people think the actual event's going to be. And then the real grind for content begins. I'm going to try and get out new weapon guides for the new SMG and sniper. We'll have a look around the new Warzone stuff. We'll have a look at the new maps. Oh god, what else was there? There's a ton of other stuff. Sticks and stones, the ballistic knives. We're going to cover it all. Be patient. I'm one person. I record, edit and produce all my own videos, as you can imagine, of someone of my size on YouTube. So do bear with me on that. We will cover the new bundles as well, but they are lower down on the priority list, but we will get through to them when they are released. With that being said, if you did enjoy the video, give it a like. Subscribe if you want to find your way back. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.